Welcome to the AIS Indoor Arena in Canberra for the Futsal Nationals Grand Finals. The first of our 6 commentary games today. I'm Russ Gibbs, your lead commentator for these matches this afternoon. Alongside me is Steve Forshaw, head coach of Belconnen United's under-18 team here in Canberra. And Steve, for our first commentary game, we've already seen some cracking futsal this morning. We've got Capital Football against New South Wales Lightning in the boys' 15s. Got a lot to live up to after what we've seen this morning.
Yeah, it's been very exciting, and it's really exciting to see a Capital Football team in the grand final. Both teams have done really well and come from the same group, finishing first and second respectively. So I'm expecting that this game will at least live up to the standards already set.
Well, these two teams, as you said, came through the same group. It was a 2-pool competition for the boys' 15s. These teams finished first and second in the competition. The Lightning finished first, top of the pool. They won 5 of their games and drew 1. Capital Football won 4 and drew 1. The two teams played each other twice. The first time they met, Lightning won 3-2 in a close one, and it was 4-4 in the round 4 clash, in which a couple of Lightning players, Milos Anic and Reece Osman, were sent off as well. So there's a bit of feistiness. I spoke to Daddy McCaw, the head coach of the Capital Football boys' 15 team, about that game, and he said it was just a good rivalry and a very hard-fought game, and those boys were a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I think whatever's happened in the group stages probably doesn't reflect or won't reflect on this game. I mean, you go into a grand final and you can basically say the old cliche that form goes out the window. But the fact that they'd lost a couple of players through send-offs probably gave the ACT that edge to come back and 4-4. But I was also talking to people that saw the game and said maybe the ACT might have pinched it in the end as well.
Well, the ACT, the Capital Football team, are playing in the black and white striped shirts. The team on your screen at the moment is New South Wales Lightning. They line up. There's Sasha Chillis as their goalkeeper. Riley Nicol, Milos Anic, Nicholas Bakopoulos, Tyson Black, Connor Hewitt, Reece Osmond, Peter Politis and Timothy Scott are their squad. We'll identify the 5 that are going to start shortly. Capital Football, their goalkeepers Jaden Virtue. They also have Robert Kachenko, Zachary Babatano, Tommy Spelic, Stefan Vucic, Oliver McCarthy, Nikola Jadrich, Luka Makor, Leon Mickle and Murphy Shaw, unfortunately suspended, sent off in the semi-final. Unfortunate for him to miss this big one.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed, but he'll also really encouraged by the way the squad's performed.
So we're just waiting for kick-off. The officials, Dion Bradley and Gareth Biggs, are running the game. The third official is Anthony Mansour. The timekeeper is Riyad Wazi. About to get this one underway, and it will be Milos Anic to start us. Gets us underway with a little pass to Connor Hewitt, and the match is away. Off we go. Here's Timothy Scott. You'll see early on, of course, Steve, they'll look to keep possession and try and force the Capital Football team to come at them, and Zachary Barbatano is doing that straight away with the challenge on Hewitt, and a good battle there. And if that's the shape of things to come, it should be a feisty game.
Yeah, I mean, futsal is the sort of game, isn't it, that a lot of one-on-one challenges, a lot of opportunity for players to find solutions in confined spaces, a game of patience, and a game where you've got to make your mind up when to press.
Well, Vucic went short. Didn't quite work for him, and it bounced off of Tyson Black. And Kachenko's effort went harmlessly out.
Noticeable that New South Wales straight away try and make the court very big in possession by pushing the forward player as deep as possible.
Well, Anic has got a bit of size about him up front, hasn't he? In that anchor role, in the furthest man forward.
Yeah, he's certainly playing as a target, if you like.
Yeah, and Robert Kachenko will be keeping an eye on him for the opening exchanges of the game. This is a good little Capital Football team, though. Steve, and in Zachary Barbatano, they have the competition's top goal scorer with 10 goals so far, so they'll be looking to him to add to that tally.
Yeah, well, Zach, even in the outdoor game, has actually set the world on fire in Canberra. He scored a lot of goals during the season playing in the NPL. I think you'll see the tactics here look like that Robert's going to try and stay in front of Kachenko.
I'll force them to go long if they can. They've got the quality to do this, Lightning. We've seen them do it during the week. That was Hewitt's ball, looking for Anic.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Anic has got 7 goals himself in the tournament. Not a bad effort. That's nicely done by Jadrich. Tried to force the ball through. Didn't quite work. And
I think Nicky Adridge is vital to the chances of the ACT team. His close skills are really good, and if he can beat men one-on-one, he'll create the overload.
Here he is. Pocket of space opened up for him. Looks for Vucic. Got around his marker, and that's a free kick to the ACT.
They've started well. Been a good opening for him.
Neither keeper troubled just yet, though. But here's a chance, perhaps, for the first real shot of the game. Riley Nicol in goal for Lightning. Have they got something up their sleeves, or will it be a shot straight at goal? It will be, and it's easily picked off, though, by Tyson Black, and off he goes. Runs into trouble, and good defending by Capital Football. Obviously, the nature of futsal means it's pretty hurly-burly stuff, and that's a good tackle by Barbatano. Showing some good skills, and again, still going. Barbatano, what a run this is! And he just couldn't finish it off in the end with a cheeky little chip, but excellent skills, underlining what you said about how he's been playing throughout the whole of the NPL season. Absolutely.
I mean, it's a wonderful run. Great feet, inside out, inside, inside. Then a lovely piece of imaginative finishing, but just rolled it over the bar.
Well, if the Lightning weren't aware of his quality before then, they've certainly had a warning there. Here's Jadric. Fair to say Capital Football has started the better of the teams. Here's Barbatano again. Off he goes on another one. This right shot comes in. It's an absolute pearler from Zachary Barbatano. His 11th goal of the week, and it is a beautiful finish. The finish he wanted to do to the move just a moment ago, but he showed he can finish as well. And that's 1-0 to Capital Football early on.
And you can't say that it's undeserved. They've actually started really well, but that's a world-class finish, leaving the keeper with no chance.
Cuts inside his marker and just rifles it right-footed into the top corner. No chance for Riley Nicol there. That is an absolute beautiful goal.
Great goal. Great
Kicking
goal.
us underway. And Lightning, have they got a response? Here's Tyson Black again.
Yeah, 5 minutes in, and it's certainly the ACT on top.
Both sides narrowly got through their semi-finals. Lightning beat Queensland Metro 2-0. Black and Reece Osmond scoring the goals there, and Barbatano was on target. He claimed to, I think, against Thunder in the semi-final, but I think one of them may have gone down as an own goal. But certainly showed he is the go-to man so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll be looking to get him on the ball as often as possible.
It's Kachenko. Back to Vucic. Full ball forward again. And should drop deeper on that occasion. Vucic. The shot comes in, but that's not going to trouble Nicol. First change I think we're going to see here. Peter Politis is going to come on just in front of us in the commentary position. Izanic. Barbatano back, teaming up with Jadric, and a slight tug at him there, and no free kick right in front of the official. Bit of a surprising one there.
Yeah, certainly grabbed him. He was away otherwise, wasn't he?
Maybe thinks the ball may have gone out of play.
Possibly.
So there's no real advantage to it. So give him the benefit of the doubt, of course, is Politis.
Of course, futsal is a game that 6 team fouls create a free shot on goal, don't they?
There's already been the 2 from the Lightning so far. And as Tardnis comes in as well, Steve, these boys, this is the first time on the big court this week. They've been playing on the smaller court, and Tardnis will obviously play a factor maybe towards the end of this.
Well, it's been a hard week for them. You know, they have played on a smaller court out of Tuggeranong, but both teams have played on the same size court and are now facing each other on the bigger court. So it's probably, if fatigue is a factor, it'll probably be the same for both.
The workload for these players, 1 game a day pretty much since they've started. Ball is flicked forward, and that's an easy take for Jaden Virtue. Falls for Jadric. Off on a run onto that left foot. Tries to get the shot in. Not enough power to trouble Nicol there. Will look to get his team underway again. But that's asking a lot for Anic to chase. Head coach of the New South Wales Lightning team is Stephen Zanakis. And Danny McCaw is the head coach of the Capital Football squad. Will be pleased with what he's seen so far.
He'd be absolutely delighted.
No nerves at all from these boys at this stage. Here's Vucic. Back to Virtue, and that's the 2-touch rule. Can't go back to the goalkeeper there. And here's an opportunity perhaps for the Lightning, and they send on Reece Osmond. the skipper, who scored 4 goals this week, and a chance perhaps to get a shot away. Tyson Black is lining this one up as well.
And the ACT have made a change as well.
So everybody on the goal line. You'd think Osman has come on specifically for this. Got a cannon of a shot, and wouldn't want to be in that wall. In fact, it's going to be Osman. Here he is, and it's been cleared off the line. I think he got a touch.
Yeah, corner ball.
At the near post. It's a good piece of defending in the end. Like a firing squad there, and it lined up in front of that one.
They're just working their way back into the game a little bit after a slow start, so the ACT need to be on the toes here.
Barbatano's pretty sharp to get out and stop Osmond, who's complaining he wasn't 5 metres away. No doing from the officials.
So all players, apart from one New South Wales player, brought deep into the ACT defending half. Quick transition, you might be able to get something out of this.
Absolutely. Clip forward by Kachenko again, but no runners for him on this occasion. He's Politis.
Luka McCaw's on for Stefan Vukic, I think.
Luka McCaw's another one that's been among the goals this week. 4 for him. Here he is. Steps away. Shooting chance perhaps. Still going. McCaw. What a good introduction this would be. It's back out for Yadrich, who shoots. And it's off the head of Reece Osman and away. But some quick feet from these Capital Football boys so far, and they're causing the Lightning plenty of problems.
It's the individual skills that's making the difference at the moment, although they do really, both sides look really well organised.
Jadrich looking to step away and get a shot away, and it hits the inside of the post and somehow doesn't cross the line. With a square post, with a round post, it may have gone in.
It may have done. It's very unlucky. It's a terrific effort, and once again on the back of some wonderful skills with his feet.
I'm very impressed with what we've seen so far. Here's McCaw. Back to Jadrich. Good interchange, and McCaw again. Bit of space for him. He shoots as well, and this time it's blocked by Nicholas Bakopoulos.
You've got Jadrich off and Michael on. Leon Michael on. For
the corner quickly, and a shot on the break. Michael should get his first touch here. Very distinctive with his mop of hair there. Unfortunately gives it away to Osmond and then wins it back again with a superbly timed tackle, and off he goes. And in turn, that's a great tackle from Black too. Here's Osmond, and tracking back to tackle him was Robert Kachenko, who's done a good shift so far.
Yeah. The rotation of the ACT players is causing all sorts of problems when they go forward for New South Wales.
So we've had half of the first half, just under 10 minutes to go. Capital Football leading by that goal to 0. That superb individual from Barbatano. Since then, New South Wales has settled. And of course, the ACT have also hit the post. Here's Osmond. Stabs a shot away, but strikes the wheelie bin behind the goal. Good crowd in here, Steve, as well.
Yeah, good atmosphere.
Friday at 12:30.
It's been a really good competition, Russ. Really well run, and this is a terrific venue to play the final in.
They're back in Canberra after a couple of years break up in Sydney, and the virtue that you can travel around very quickly in Canberra makes it very popular with families and teams that have got several kids playing in different age groups.
I mean, it's good, you look at the Kanga Cup in winter and this in the early part of the year. It's good for local football. Good for the local economy, probably.
We've got plenty more to come today as well, culminating in the men's under-19s final. We have the women's under-19s as well, the girls' 17s, the boys' 16s, and the athletes with disability AWD tournament, which has been fantastic throughout the week. Looking forward to that final between New South Wales Thunder and the ACT. This is Oliver McCarthy, who's just strolled onto the field in the bottom of your picture there. Onto the court, I should say. There's Bakopoulos. Looking for an opening. And there's a touch from McCarthy. Ball breaks nicely for Bakopoulos. He almost got Osman in. Politis. Goes back to Scott. Osman
patient
again.
build-up. Sorry, Russ. Yeah, just to say, patient build-up, New South Wales.
Just caught their coach, one of the players, coach on the sideline, asking them to move it a bit quicker. looking to create that opening. Scott, he's impressed since he's come on. It's a good tackle from McCarthy, from Mickle. And that's out of play. And defensively, Capital Football doing quite well there. Lightning looking to stretch them, and they're not having a bar of it at the moment.
No, the only sort of real threats to the goal have come from long distance and haven't really troubled Jaden Virtue.
You're watching live Futsal National Championship Grand Final on Bar TV Sports. Boys under 15 final, and here's a chance for Mickle in on goal. Is this two? It could be. It's hit post. It's rolled over the line, and Leon Mickle scores the second goal for the ACT. Goes to the supporters and taking advantage of a mistake at the back and showing good composure when he needed it. 2-0.
Yeah, not exactly the tidiest of finishes, but an absolutely crucial one. He's done really well to capitalise on the mistake. When he gets to the one-on-one, through the goalkeeper's legs and off both posts and over the line. 2-0.
I have to say, Nichol, that's a little bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper, Riley. Nichol spread himself quite well and got enough on it to think perhaps he could have saved it. And it's just must be heartbreaking for him to turn around and watch that trickle over the goal line.
I mean, he did everything he could. There was no way in the world he was going to get back to it after it had gone past him, but he did everything a goalkeeper should do to save it. To the delight of this massed crowd, Canberra go 2-0 up.
Yeah, very much hometown bias here in Canberra from the crowd. Lightning have been good all week, though. What have they got in response? Looking to move it quickly through Politis and finding Bakopoulos, but he can't keep it in play. And if you'd asked Danny McCaw earlier on what he wanted from the first 40 minutes or so from the final, this would have been pretty much it, I guess.
Well, he couldn't have asked for much more. The boys have actually played well. They've taken their chances, and they've really got New South Wales on the back foot. Game's not over yet, though, and I think if New South Wales can get some of their fast combinations going, they can still get themselves back into this game.
Well, with a team that's got 6 different goal scorers in it this week, you'd think there will be plenty of opportunity for them to do so, but they look a little bit flustered at the moment. This is where good coaching comes into play, I guess, to get them back on an even keel. Connor Hewitt comes back on out of your picture. It's Capital Football.
Extremely difficult to break down, aren't they? They're defending in numbers and getting really good shape. Very hard to break down.
Apart from the free kick that was cleared off the line, Virtue's not had a touch, I don't think, to save. And at the other end, they've looked a bit capitalising almost again there with Vucic, I think that was that stretching a foot out, but been penalised for a foul.
Once again, with the defending well, and then they look really sharp on the counter.
Well, they're pressing the opposition in possession, aren't they? And they're actually causing them issues when they're doing that. And I think both opportunities really have come from turning over quick ball and breaking.
You note that they drop to the halfway line, and then they're looking to put pressure on once New South Wales try to come out of their own half, and it's working really well for them.
Scott and Black combine. Here's Hewitt brought down, and that's a free kick. It's quite lively, doesn't he, young Connor Hewitt? Smallest player on the pitch, but certainly got plenty of ability and some good skills.
Yeah, it's it's not the sort of game where you can give away free kicks at willy-nilly. I mean, eventually it's going to come back to haunt you.
There's a shot at goal, and it's harmless enough. Virtue had his defence set up nicely and just lets that one roll away. Looks to go long this time. That's well read at the back. It's going to fall for Mickle, though, and his shot is blocked by Tyson Black again, and it's a corner. Did it go out on the side, or was it out for a corner? I think it went behind for a corner.
I think it did, yeah. But that's great distribution from the young keeper, and great linking up by young Leon Michael. Once again, creating a chance out of nothing.
Here he is again. Michael firing it across goal and out for... Well, I think it took a deflection here. Lightning don't agree. Didn't see one myself, but must have been very faint. They're closer than we are. We're at the very top of the arena here. Great view.
That's fabulous
for us.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Shot comes in from McCaw. Well blocked.
Technique-wise, it's superb, isn't it? He struck that perfectly, and it's a good save.
Here's Barbatano back on, who scored that absolute worldie to start us off. Looks to have all the ability, doesn't he? Doesn't mind tracking back and defending as well, and
he's doing excellent.
Good engine, and
yeah.
Looks for McCaw. Nice little interchange, and here he goes again. Barbatano in on goal, and a good save from Nichol, who spread himself As he tried the little messy dinked finish over the top of the keeper.
If he actually gets his head up and looks at the far post, Mikkel was there absolutely free for a tap-in. But a great run again, great football again. Luke and McCaw heavily involved.
Putting the pressure on Lightning, looking for a third in the last 2.5 minutes of the half is Mikkel. And that's time. A little bit of concentration lapse.
Yeah, a bit sloppy there. A couple of minutes to go, you just want to be keeping possession and making sure that they don't let New South Wales back into the game.
And timeout's been called by Lightning. Good chance for us to recap what's been happening. 2.5 minutes to go. Steve, it's Capital Football's game at the moment. They've scored 2 fantastic goals, and you think that they've been well worth the 2-0 lead.
No doubt about it. The 2-0, of course, is one of those dangerous score lines, whether it's indoor or outdoor, but there's no doubt that the ACT have been the better team so far. They've been well organised when they're defending. They've been good in possession. They've created chances above and beyond the goals that they've scored. Individually, their technique's superb. So you can't doubt that they should be in front. You can't question the fact that they're in front. But New South Wales have done enough to say that they're still in the game, and I would expect that certainly as the game progresses, they'll put more and more pressure on the ACT and try and get something back.
Well, I don't think there'll be any panic from Lightning just yet. There'll be plenty of, like I said, in the likes of Anich, Black, Osman, Politis and Scott. They've got plenty of goals there. They've shown it throughout the week, and both coaches will be taking this opportunity to get the message across.
Yeah, there is no doubt the firepower exists in the Lightning side, so you can't write them off, can you? You just can't write them off. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility that the ACT will get another one before half-time. Or, conversely.
Maybe a cliche, but obviously the next goal in this kind of situation is always crucial.
Well, if the ACT can hold this lead or increase it, then they're in pole position for sure.
Especially with Lightning having to come looking. Is Black. He looks like he orchestrates a lot from the back there.
Yeah, it looks like they've gone to a full court press sort of thing now to see out the last 2 minutes. And once again, they get the crumbs and finish with a chance.
And as well held by Riley Nicol. Chance perhaps again to put pressure on Black, and throughout the week he's looked fairly composed back there, but he's a bit flustered today with the pressure on him, and here's a chance perhaps the combination between Vucic and Barbatano. Nicol goes long, but that's straight the way through to Virtue, who's quite rather cleverly let that one roll through. Take a few more seconds off, because obviously it's not stop clock for those of you who aren't in Canberra this week. Futsal Nationals doesn't play with a stop clock like they do at FIFA level. Barbatano, what's he got this time? Off he goes again, gets a shot away and forces another save from Nicol low with his right boot. Good stop from the keeper, but once again Barbatano showing trickery and skills.
He's looked magnificent, eh? He's certainly been the difference between the teams while he's on the court.
Here he is again into the area, and it's well blocked this time by Hewitt. Certainly been the difference. Zach Barbatano, 11 goals for the week. If there is an MVP for this tournament, he's at this age group, he'll be one of the standouts. Here he is going at Hewitt again, left and right, looking to get the shot away. This time they read it well, and Black finds Anich, holds it up, tries to give the ball back, but once again the defence is excellent, and off goes Barbatano, and Anich pulls him down and is going to earn himself a yellow card for that one, and no malice really intended, just a little bit of frustration, I think.
A little bit of cynicism in the tackle, but this is what happens when one player is actually causing you so many problems and you resort to foul play to actually stop him. Of course, that just adds to the benefits for the ACT.
And he knew straight away, didn't he, that what he had done, put his hand up, apologised, and on we go. Shot from McCaw. A bit of a waste, that one, unfortunately.
Just winding the clock down, I think. But they've certainly started to press in the last couple of minutes a lot higher up the court. 20
seconds or so to go, and Virtue's just smashed that out. Lightning have got very little time to pull one back before half-time. Osman tries to get that one back, and almost nice little layoff from Anich to get him in, but good defending for the umpteenth time.
Those little 1-2s, those little reverse passes, little combinations, they're the way to get back into the game.
Here's Barbatano. Off he goes, he hasn't got much time. And Osman sees him out, and that's the half-time break. Steve, pretty good first half we've watched here. 20 minutes, 2 goals, and Capital Football on the way.
I think they've done really well. Like I said earlier on, they're deserving of the lead. It's a dangerous scoreline. They can't rest on the laurels. And although Barbatano has been the star of the show in the first half, it's been a really good team effort. And to be honest with you, his last couple of possessions have just looked like a player that might be just feeling the pinch for fatigue-wise. He has carried a knock, I think, in the last couple of games.
Well, we'll see how he goes in the second half. We're just going to have a couple of minutes break, and we'll bring you back for second half coverage. At half-time here, though, in the Boys 15 final live on Bar TV Sports, it's Capital Football 2, New South Wales Lightning 0.
Have they gone back to the original starting?
Welcome back to the AIS Arena, where it's half-time and it's 2-0 the Capital Football in the Boys 15 Grand Final live on Bar TV Sports. Looking at the team that's out there, looks like both sides, New South Wales Lightning is starting with Osman, and they've changed their goalkeeper. Sasha Chilas has come in. So we'll see what they've got. ACT were leading 2-0 at the interval, thanks to the first goal by Zachary Barbatano and the second by Liam Mickle. And they were well worth that at the break, Steve.
Yeah. Second half's a different old proposition.
Here they come, straight away with Barbatano looking to link up with the 1-2 with Kachenko. And a little bit out of position. So the ACT starting with what they did earlier on, with Virtue, Jadrich, Vucic, Barbatano and Kachenko. New South Wales with Anic, Black, Hewitt and Osman, and new goalkeeper in Chilas. Here's Barbatano. That must be a rotation thing for them, because Nicol didn't do anything wrong in the first half, did he?
No, it is a game where you actually use your squad more than you would in any other sort of, or any other form of the game.
It's great defence.
And especially after a hard week.
Yeah, as we mentioned, these boys have been going all week since Monday. Hewitt takes a free kick short. towards Anic, who holds it well. But again, he's been well marked this time by Barbatano, and off he goes on a run. Passes marker. There's a man on the far post, and he's just rolled it behind the incoming Kachenko. Otherwise, that was a chance for a third. And those opportunities are going to present themselves, aren't they, as New South Wales Lightning go looking for a way back into this.
Absolutely. I mean, New South Wales Lightning's predominant tactics appears to be getting it to the front man as quickly as possible. ACT looking to counter as quickly as possible. Great vision from Barbatano then to pick out the boy at the far post. It's just that his pass was a little behind him, and or as you say, could have been 3-0.
Yeah, the execution let him down at the final moment there. You'll forgive him the odd error, though, from a youngster. Here he goes, looking to turn, but he's well read this time by Black. Here's Anic. Lays it off to Osmond. It's just asking a lot, and the sliding tackle from Vucic probably put off the Lightning skipper, who's earned himself and his team an opportunity right down in the corner.
It's one of the things that you've got to sort of be you've got to be patient with. I mean, Barbatano's great on the ball.
And here he goes, Steve.
But he'll turn over possession quite a bit, and you've just got to be careful with that. So the way they shape it when they're not in possession is going to be really important for them.
Well, they don't need to go looking for a third at the moment. They're 2-0 up. They can dictate the play. Here's Jadric. Now Barbatano. Jadric back in the middle, and a good save by Chilash, and a rebound for Kachenko, and that's well blocked by Black as well. And some excellent build-up by the home side, but some excellent defence, and what a great save from Chilash, who's lambasting his defenders right there for not getting closer.
Well, once again, it's Nicky Jadric creating that overload by taking players on and then feeding Barbatano and going for the return. Great move, great defender. Football was good all round.
Here's Kachenko. Chilash showing just why he's been brought on. Spread his big frame there to deny Jadric.
Once again, good start to the half of the home team, or the locals.
I keep calling them the ACT, and remember they're capital football these days. It's difficult to remember which way to go. Here they are again. Here's Barbatano though, skipping past one, looking to go past Osmond, but Osmond's got his measure on this occasion and uses his physicality just to ease Barbatano off the ball and let it run out of play. Good piece of defending. Osmond again. Not much movement ahead of him, unfortunately, so he goes short to Hewitt. Looks for the return, but Vucic has read that one. And does exactly to Osmond what Osmond did to Barbatano at this end.
Yeah, used his body well, got in front, did the right thing. Not only buys a bit of time, but he also retains possession for his team.
Time, of course, will tick away. Already played 4 minutes of this half. Still no way back in it for the Lightning yet. Here's Black. Chance back for Anic. Lays it off for Osmond, whose shot is brilliantly blocked by a sliding Stefan Vucic. Defensively, that was superb.
It was indeed. And every now and again, despite how well organised you might be, individual has got to be desperate enough and determined enough to make sure they make that block.
Well, Mickle rejoins us for Barbatano. Has a bit of a break. You get the feeling, though, as Lightning tire, that Barbatano is going to have so much more space in which to work later on. Mickle just sends that one down the field. Chilas will have to be aware, and he was.
The goal of the century.
Sends it back. He'd have claimed that as well. Spotted him off his line. Jadric beats Hewitt in the air. Gets it back. There's a foul, but a play on Jadric in on goal here. Good save again from Chilas, spreading his body. That was heading towards the far corner as well, and the keeper does well to deny him.
Good save. Great run by Nicky Jadric again. He's really grown into the game, Nicky Jadric. Done really well.
And that's an advantage foul, of course, in futsal. If you get a foul and there's an advantage, it still goes on your foul counts. So they've added that. Vucic tried to step around his marker, but couldn't. Now then, what have Lightning got? Hewitt sends it forwards. It's easily intercepted, though, and a first mistake of the day. And here's Black. Opportunity here in the middle for Scott. Overdoes it slightly, can't get his shot away, and the ACT get back to cover. Well done by Kachenko again. And that's asking too much for Mickle, but it just opened up there briefly for a second.
It did, but they closed the gap really quickly, and then a little bit of luck, they were away.
Here's Mickle. Robs Black, who goes back and brings him down, and will be fortunate to escape a yellow card, and he doesn't. The second Lightning player to go in the book. Again, no complaints from Tyson Black.
And on comes Luca McCaw for the locals.
Well, McCaw's taken over this from Mickle, and I think he may have a pop from here. He's had a huge run-up at it, like a fast bowler. Coming in off his run-up, what's he got? Strikes it right-footed, and it's just dragged it. The contact wasn't quite what he was looking for.
No.
Osman can't keep that in play, and Lightning will make a couple of quick substitutions. They're going to bring on Nicholas Bakopoulos. He scored in the 4-4 draw earlier this week.
It's a great ball.
Mickle's touch just lets him down a little, and here's Black. Gets it back again. Mickle still running through, and out comes Chilas. A sliding challenge between the pair, and slight size differential there, and Mickle comes off second best.
He's actually, later this month, he heads overseas to trials overseas. He's going to be away for about 6 or 7 months. His family's going with him.
Do you know where he's going?
Austria, I think.
An opportunity for him.
Yeah.
He'd like to leave as a Futsal National Championship winner. At the moment, he will be. Here's a chance, though, for Scott. It's deflected, and it's in. It's Nicholas Bakopoulos who's just come on, and then Lightning are right back in it. Good finish, too. Gives the shush up to the crowd as well. New South Wales coming to this pocket of corners where I think there's a lot of support from Football Federation Victoria for the locals. But Bakopoulos' finish, here it is. He took a deflection. I did say he scored during the week, and he's got his team right back in it here. Chance perhaps for Lightning.
A little bit against the run of play, but it's just what the Lightning needed. Unfortunate deflection takes it past Jaden Virtue. But they're back in the game now. Let's see what the ACT can do.
And there's a foul by McCaw, and there's a little bit of afters and a bit of a push and shove as well. Which isn't what we like to see. There was a reaction there from the Lightning. Should be a couple of cards here, I'd imagine. The original one for McCaw.
Yellow.
And is there one for the retaliation? Not on this occasion. Yes, there is. One for each.
Yeah, fair enough. Good referee.
This was Bakopoulos who got a card that occasion, and there was one for Luca McCaw as well.
Interesting to see who this disturbs mentally the most. The ACT just need to regather themselves and make sure that they don't let anything else untoward happen.
Well, the Lightning have got the bit between their teeth. Here's Bakopoulos. He's now the crowd pantomime villain. Gets it again. You can hear the boos for the young lad. He's come on and he's done well. He's got his team back into the match. And this kind of atmosphere, you can feed on this as a player as well, though, can't you, Stephen?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You like to silence the doubters?
It doesn't seem to have phased the young man.
Not in the slightest. Like I say, most of the noise is coming from the Victorians, who seem to have taken the Capital football team to heart. Here's Yadrich. Gets a shot away, and down goes Chilas to his right. Drags it in. Unfortunately, gets the ball away straight away. We've got just over 10 minutes to play. It's now 2-1. That goal from Nicholas Bakopoulos gets Lightning right back in it.
The two big states in football in Australia, Victoria and New South Wales, do have a healthy rivalry, don't they?
Yeah, not much love lost between them. Virtue lets that one bounce, but it comes off his knee. And there'll be a corner.
It's just lack of concentration. They've got to be right on the game now.
Wearing the captain's armband, of course, Jaden Virtue. He'll be disappointed with that. Here's Osman, slices it across goal. Picked up is Barbatano, tries to get away from Black, who just balks the run and does enough to allow his goalkeeper to come out and clear.
Sort of hesitated when he touched it past him there and he got that little block. He might have caught up with it, but the referee might have given him a free kick.
Well,
too.
Black needs to be careful as well, because he's one of the 3 Lightning players on a yellow card. But it's been exactly what we wanted from a final. Needed Lightning to get back into it with a goal after half-time. They've done just that.
Yeah.
Here's Mickle, looking to take on Black. Skips away from him. Gets a shot away, but it's lacking any sort of power.
Not a bad option, though, from there. If he loses possession there, they might have been in trouble, but he gave his team at least an opportunity to get back into shape.
Black finds Scott. There's Bakopoulos. Getting the bird again from the crowd, but he's done well to get his team in. It could be an opportunity here if it breaks for Osmond. But it just eluded him and fell through for Virtue.
Oof.
It's the ACT who are going long on this occasion. McCaw. And it's the home side's turn to be a bit flustered in possession.
Yeah, just a little bit rattled after conceding that goal. Next couple of minutes really important.
Scott No need to tell you that's Bakopoulos. Does well. Osman, good turn. Nice powerful break from Osman. Still going into the area, and that's a cracking challenge again from Stefan Vucic.
Absolutely.
To deny him. And the Lightning skipper, Reece Osman, coming to the fore. Corner kick. Here is Osman shooting, blocked by Mikkel. 8 minutes to go. Capital Football send on Kachenko. Black finds Hewitt. Stabs that one forward, but that's going to go out of play harmlessly, and I don't think Jaden Virtue will be in any hurry to get that one. There's the bench for Lightning.
Just
removal of Bakopoulos.
Just getting a bit sloppy. They just need to find a little bit of composure, and they can see this game out.
There's Hewitt. See if they can find a way back into it. It's a good ball forward. It's going to break here perhaps, and McCaw goes down clutching his back. It's got a knee in the back there, I think, accidentally completely by Reece Osman. As both players went up for the ball, I think Osman's knee may have caught McCaw in the small of the back.
Yeah, he's not the sort of player that would go down if he wasn't hurt. So he must be in some pain now. He does look in some discomfort.
But it can hurt. I mean, it's completely accidental, of course,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
We see the replay here, Steve, as they go up. The ball bounces here, and I think, I'm not really sure what happened there. Let's have a look. He's got an arm across him there, and his ankle went from underneath him, and he landed quite awkwardly. Just a bit of a twist there, so he'll hobble off. And Nikola Jadric, who was off for all of about 30 seconds, get a breather in, son. Bit of water in you. Back on the field, on the court.
Gives the opportunity. I mean, the break in the game can, of course, be quite disruptive, but it probably works in the ACT's favour.
Well, here's Jadric looking to get the shot away. It's blocked. It's going to fall for Barbatano into the area. What's he got? Zachary Barbatano back to Jadric. Chance to finish it off. But what a save that is again from Chilas. Spread himself well and just palms the ball away.
He's been the star of the show since he's come on. He's made 3 or 4 really good saves.
It looks to be in excellent form, does Sasha Chilas. Denying the ACT a third goal. Vucic, that's blocked and it's fallen for Black. It's spun away from him, unfortunately, and it's picked up by Jadric. Barbatano, away from Hewitt. Chance here for Jadric, and he finishes it this time. Nikola Jadric rolls it underneath Chilas, and there's a big pile-up of Capital Football bodies as they go 3-1 up with 6 minutes to play. Once again, Barbatano the architect. This time, Jadric finished.
The pair of them do extremely well. Nicky pinches it in midfield. Nicky Jadric pinches the ball in the midfield. Quick turnover, forward pass. Barbatano returns the ball after beating his man. Jadric slips it into the far post. Great finish, great move.
He's slightly behind him as well. He had to stretch to reach it. We've got a timeout being called here. He had to stretch to reach that as well, and that probably helped him a little bit, didn't it, to be honest, because he kept the ball down low, and Chilas couldn't get down low enough to stop that.
The composure he showed was to make sure he didn't hit it too hard. He just had to make a good contact with the ball, and he did.
Now 3-1 to the home team, Capital Football, with just under 5, or just over 5.5 minutes to go. Stephen, of course, we may see the fifth man ploy here at some stage when they take the goalkeeper out. And with someone as dangerous as Barbatano on the field, though, that would be a risky strategy. But at this stage of the tournament and this stage of the match,
nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, isn't
no. It wouldn't surprise me if they went to a power play very quickly. I mean, they need to be at least one goal back in the next minute or so, don't they, to give themselves even a remote chance. The whip hand is solely in the control now of Capital Football. Use their brains, stay nice and composed, keep possession for long periods of time, and they can see this game out.
Good thing about futsal, of course, is it can change very quickly. You get a goal, you can get one again very quickly. Momentum does shift, but at this stage, when you're 3-1 up in a final, and they've been defending pretty well. They've only conceded the one goal, and it's up to the Lightning players now and their skipper, led by their skipper, Reece Osman, to step up to the challenge and try and get themselves back into this one.
They've just got over a little wobbly patch. When they conceded the goal, they went off the boil a little bit, but they've come back into it now, and they just stay settled. They'll be okay.
Well, here's Osman looking to go through himself, and Vucic finds Barbatano. Great tackle from Tyson Black, who's been very, very good back there. Barbatano's got it back again, though, and it's shoved off the ball by Osmond, and physicality, the officials say that's okay. Here's a chance, perhaps, at the other end. is Anic.
Done well.
Holding the ball up, looking for a layoff to Black. This is good, and Hewitt couldn't quite find the finishing touch.
I think he'll be asking himself why he didn't shoot himself.
Good physical defending there from Osman, though, to just ease Barbatano off the ball, and despite the home cries for a free kick, there wasn't a lot in that.
No, not at all.
Just good piece of defending. And we've seen a lot of that today, particularly from Stefan Vucic at the back for the ACT, and Robert Kachenko as well.
Been an absolute rock.
Here's Osmond. Kicks that straight into Barbatano, who's going to get a card here.
Encroachment.
For not retreating. So we'll go again. Hewitt will find Osmond. He's got Anic in the middle. He could come back to Black here, who we've seen shoot in the week. And here's Osmond. Well blocked by Jadric. Barbatano has it this time. Osmond shoves him again. Off he goes again. Barbatano, who's got the pace to get away from him, fires it across goal, and Jadric just couldn't get on the end of it. And Chilas must have got a touch to it, even though he's protesting his innocence.
I thought one of the defenders did in the penalty area, to tell you the truth. But once again, great break from Barbatano, good vision, almost paid off.
Stayed on his feet as well, could have gone down,
yep.
Of course.
But wonderful link-up play by Nicky Jadric. I mean, his speed and transition has been noticeable.
Barbatano, well read by Osman. Been a good battle this last minute or two between these two, the two number 10s.
It's been a good game. It's been a very good game. Very high level of skill. Both teams have done their states proud.
Here's Chilas. Anic. Tracking back, though, for Capital Football was Vucic. Here's Hewitt. Finds Black. Taken off his toe by Robert Kachenko.
This suits the ACT, suits Capital Football. Disrupted game now, broken game. Just soaking up the time. 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. Just over 3 minutes and 10 seconds or so. Here's Anic.
A goal will change all that.
On the turn. He's not quite been as involved as he has throughout the game. They've just called a timeout, the Lightning. Milos Anic, he's had 7 goals this week. We know he's capable of scoring goals, but they've modified their game and they've suited him. They've marked him quite well today.
Yeah, it's quite obvious that the game they lost, he was probably posing more of a threat than they'd anticipated, and they've worked on something to actually keep him quiet, and they've been very effective in defending against him. He's now starting to get that last few minutes desperation into his game, where he'll be trying to score from all sorts of places to get his team back into it, where in fact it's probably better that they stick to the game plan and he brings other players into the game and let them get shots off.
Well, these two teams started the week in round 1. They're finishing it off in the grand final. We had a cracker there. It was 3-2 to Lightning. Osman, Anic and Scott scored the goals for Lightning. Scott actually put through his own net in that one as well, and Barbatano scored for Capital Football. So the big game players at the start of the week are the ones that are still going 5 days later and showing up for their team today.
Yeah. I mean, that sort of consistency is what gets players noticed in the first place, isn't it?
Well, hopefully we might see some of these guys at future Futsal World Cups. I was lucky enough to travel to 2 myself with the Futsaroos team, and Rob Ferreira is here with his New South Wales Thunder under-19 team, and plenty of boys out here that have got strong futures in both indoor and outdoor. Here's Chilas sending it forwards, a bit of desperation, and that's straight through to Virtue, and he'll be in no real rush to get rid of this. Bowls it out, and that's well read by Bakopoulos. A couple of step overs, and Barbatano wins it back off him. Now here's Jadric. Good tracking back by Timothy Scott.
Yeah, very positive run again. He's done really well. The goalkeeper for Capital Football, Virtue, he's done really well as a shot stopper. Some of his distribution's been a bit inconsistent, but you know, it's easy to sort of look at the Barbatanos and the Jadrics and say how well they've done, but he's actually done really well at the other end.
Yeah, led by example as a skipper. Here is Jadric. Blocked by Bakopoulos, and that's a lovely looking ball over the top. A great pass towards Osmond. Pass of the day that from Bakopoulos. Osmond looking to bundle his way through, but he'll have to do well to get past Vucic, who's quite an imposing figure back there. Black goes back to Chilas. He's left him a bit short, and Barbatano was interested. Black gets it back. Looking for a ball across. But Kachenko once again.
Read well. Saw where he was going. Made the game predictable. Barbatano working hard from the wrong side of the ball. Osmond. Excellent defending from the Capital Football team.
Bit of a shove there by Osmond. A bit of frustration from the skipper. quick chat from the referee, and this is playing into ACT hands. There's only 90 seconds to play or so. 90 seconds on the clock here, of course. Up to the officials.
McCaw's back on, so the injury couldn't have been...
Well, I think he's got 90 seconds left before he gets a winner's medal. I think that would probably help him recover.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a waste from New South Wales.
60 seconds between Capital Football and victory. Here's Vucic. Sends it forward, and that's Black who was in there. They've not gone to the five-man at all, and fifth man on the field, which is a surprise. But I guess, as we mentioned, with the quality of their Capital Football on the break, they figure they can't risk it.
Might as well have done, but I mean, the coach knows his players better than we do.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, he's gone with your normal sort of shape.
And there's no rush to Tkachenko. He doesn't mind chipping that one down into the bottom corner, down into the bowels of the arena. Last real chance, you'd think. Not much time left at all. Here's Osmond, looking to burst through, and he's tackled by Tkachenko.
I think, not that you would expect it to happen, but you could actually let the opposition score now and wind the clock down completely.
Ball's clipped forward. Jadric's going to win the header. Falls to Vucic. He's played the 1-2 with Tkachenko, but good pressure from Osmond, who's still going to the end. These Lightning boys still battling, looking for an unlikely way back into it.
If they are to be beaten, they've been beaten by the better team.
And they are to be beaten as the final whistle goes, and Capital Football come away as victors in the boys 15 grand final. 3-1 goals from Zachary Babatano and Leon Mickle in the first half. The Lightning pull one back from Nicholas Pakopoulos with a deflection, but a third goal from Jadric on the break. Steve, both teams credit, as you said, to their states, and a very entertaining match for us to watch.
Absolutely. I think nobody should underestimate the size of the achievement of the Capital Football. I mean, to come through to a grand final against New South Wales in the futsal competition and to beat them convincingly is a fantastic credit to both the coaching staff and the players themselves. The best teams won today, and the result doesn't flatter them. You've got to say the 3-1 is fair enough.
Two very deserving teams to be in the final as well. Both sides played particularly well all week, and both of them showed out there today that there's some good quality on both sides. Looking at the defeated team, firstly, your players like Tyson Black was very solid on the ball. Nicholas Pakopoulos ran really hard as well when he came on, and so did Timothy Scott as well. A lot of talent there for the Lightning to look, and a lot of positives to take. Yeah,
not to mention that the goalkeeper in the second half had a marvellous 20 minutes. Great skills, great technique, wonderful exponents of the art of futsal from both sides. New South Wales, like you said, deserving finalists. And, it was nice to see them competitive for the full 40 minutes. But like I said before, I'm reasonably confident that the best team has won the game.
Well, that team was Capital Football. They've become champions on the boys 15 nationals. We'll be back for the boys 16 grand final shortly. New South Wales Lightning will play Victoria in that one, so that will be entertaining as well. You'll be able to watch the presentation of the trophies. Myself and Steve are going to have a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back for that match. But thanks for watching the boys 15 grand final, which has finished Capital Football 3, New South Wales Lightning 1.